All right, everybody, we got Devin Buttersworth here. Played androids at the regionals. Which event did you play at?
Atlantic City.
Okay, and what'd you place?
14th.
Okay.
So, pretty well.
And how do you feel you did?
It was a almost weird event. It was the rise of Hercule. Katani played the one game when in Atlanta, and then suddenly made the huge rise. Everyone's all potential.
Oh, yeah, bro, it
And
exploded.
Mono Blue, Zeno, Button making the best card in the deck. But
Okay.
other than that, had a great time. Feel like I did real well. Came with the team. We had 3 players from our team coming like top 35. And then
True.
2 of us getting invites, our first invites at the regional.
One. All right, and how do you feel you did with the matchups?
I geared the deck mainly towards facing the onslaught of blue-yellow hero. Only faced 2 of them, and both of them ended up going into draws. But both games, them taking game 1, myself taking game 2, and then game 3 ended up just drawing out. We played out one of the games in game 3. Turns out I would have won. Doesn't matter.
Then you
so
do that
2
again around
ties.
like game 6?
Yeah, it was round 6 where I got the draw versus hero, which was really big. Actually, no, round 7. So I needed to come into my last game and win in order to get my invite.
And then you played it out and you would have won?
Yeah. My worst matchup by far throughout the day was the one pan I faced. Opening hand, keep 3 cards, only 118, and then like a Gohan to awaken. And then off mulligan, drew into 3 7-drop cells. I clutched him hoping he'd change Zeno. Didn't change Zeno at all. So ended up losing that matchup, going 1-2. And then ended up still finishing strong and managed to get my invite going. My final record was 5 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws.
True enough. All right, now let's go ahead and you played mono green androids, correct?
Yes.
All right,
I
let's
feel
go
like
ahead
that's
and
the
do
best
this
androids
profile.
format.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the profile.
So run the obvious cell chain. 4 3-drop, 4 5-drop, and people can run 3. I prefer 4 because I have horrible luck and like to draw them all. I know if I cut it down, I'll draw less, but still. So 4 of each, and then I run 1 Valve replication. 1 does just fine. If you see it, you know it's offline. And then people cell chain themselves. You come in, swing with number 5. They'll be like, oh, I'll dump my hand because he's gonna rip it anyways, and then I'll just plus hard by drawing two cards and getting 2 tokens. So targets for the chain itself. The 17s I run 6 of. 2 energy guards. Definitely the most interchangeable one out of the ones I run. You could be run him, the critical one, diabolical duo, or just any other 17. But he didn't get played too much. But he's more of a target for the cell piece itself. We run by far the best 17, I think, in my opinion. Limitless energy. From the ultimate box, barrier blocker come into play. You play it for 3 mana, and you gain 5k later on. 25k pops a card when it comes into play. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic against the U7 Friezas, where you have to take a life for everything you do. You just snap down this guy and take 1 life. 18s, once again, run 6 of. 4 Diabolical Duo, or Dreadful Duo. Natural Critical. And then her active main never really fires too much. You can pay 1 green, and if your opponent's dropped a card or you hit with critical for a battle card that has 4 more energy, you can pay 1 green and kill a 3 or less. It hardly ever fires, but, I mean, when it does, they're not expecting it. Cool thing about it, though, it's during the entire turn, so she can not be in play. You overwhelm, they drop a grade 8 Bardock, you play her, tap the extra green immediately, and you can do the effect. The other 2 are the Twin. When you attack with her, you can throw away 1 card from your hand and then stand up any 17. Usually the target being the big boy blocker, because swing 25k, swing 20k, pitch a card, stand up, swing 25k. It's pretty gross. Comes in play, especially when you're going for game. People aren't ready for it. But then things outside of cell chain, we run 4 of the critical Gohan. This is only awakening in your deck. Because you can awaken at 6 life. That's why you're able to keep up in the last format and this one. Just being able to awaken at 6 life really helps, and just getting the extra cards in hand really fast. 3 Destiny Deed Krillins. Just the free blocker for when you're awakened. And you have to awaken in order to do it because this side's only 17. When you flip over, you got 18 and 17. So you run 3 Destiny Krillins. It's a blocker. Really good against the Rudiger matchup. You just slap 1 or 2 of these things down, and then easy plays. They usually run Scientist, not Banisher, so you have a free block almost always, unless they wasted their 1 flute to put it back in your hand. But a last minute put into the deck is 2 Analaza. Fantastic, loved it. Especially against the Hercule matchup. I faced 2 of them on the day, and they absolutely destroy. Just once you can completely nullify someone's whole entire engine of their deck of comboing and drawing, where they have to combo and discard. It just ruins them, and they don't stand a chance. Super combo for the deck, we got 4 Stout-Hearted. I see people running around, playing androids, running the trunks, protect their children. If you're going to play hand destruction, you got to commit. So running 4-0 is fantastic, and this card is so good defensively and offensively. One game I closed out against the mirror match. He had 3 life, and I had an Analaza on board. I swung with lead, and he had 3 cards in hand. I dumped 3 of them, just to make sure he didn't have a negate. So, and then next turn he can't combo out. So, Overwhelm for the deck, 3 Toa. Overwhelm 3, your opponent drops a card, give a leader 5k. Fantastic after Cell Chain, so you get him down to 2. And then if you just stack one of these on top, just completely ruin their whole entire hand. Most of the time I swing with lead first when I Cell Chain, so the 5k won't matter too much. But outside of Cell Chain, it's a fantastic card, giving you a leader 5k for any other reason. Swinging all those 20ks, fantastic card. A little bit of spice for the deck. We run 4 Jacko. I run 4 Jacko and over the 3 Krillin instead of using that 4th for another Krillin. Really good card. You tap out so much in this deck. It really comes into play very well. You just tap out a lot, push anything back in their hand. Fantastic. Then extra cards for the deck. 2 Speedy on top of 3 full power. Speedy's fantastic, being able to kill a 3 or less. Like someone playing the Trunks and Mr. Slave combo. They swing with Mr. Slave. I negated the attack and threw away a card to kill their Trunks, saving my 7-drop cell, and then killing it within the next turn. So when you're able to kill your opponent's cards during their turn and ruin their plays, it's just another plus. And then coming into the sideboard, almost a must-have in an Android sideboard, 2 Krona and 2 Keely Zone. Keely Zoning so you can face that Bloodlust player and just not have any effects towards it. Krona shutting off their Shugesh so you can swing for game safely without being like Shugesh Goku or Shugesh Gohan, stuff like that. 2 Scientist Fu, especially for the mirror match, and then some other games. Only started in for the mirror match. I feel like it did just fine. Never really actually got to play it, but it's just worth having in a sideboard or any deck in general. 2 Mira, never got played. I would definitely put this out and put in 2 of the Mass Sand that clears up to 5. I unfortunately left mine here at the store in Coco and didn't bring them to Atlantic City. That's why this got ran instead. But would have saw a lot more value out of the Mass Sand, but still a fantastic card. 2 Champa, self-explanatory. Just give anything double strike. This deck lacks a lot of double strike. The only thing that you have double strike are the 5-drop cell, 7-drop cell, and the Analaza. Everything else is single strike. So just being able to give anything double like your Gohans is really good. Then really good against this new Hercule matchup is 2 Chilling Terror. Just denying their draw 3 and just more draw power is really good. So Chilling Terror coming back up because everyone's energy on tap now, but when they made Hercule, I don't think they expected him to be this popular. So he's really fantastic. And then, hate this card, despise him, but he's a necessary evil. Tien, Victory Strike is unfortunately coming back up, and it's really annoying to face. But being able to take your own life and then awaken immediately off of the 1 effect. Critting a life sucks, but the guaranteed awaken is always nice against that U7 Frieza. But that's all 14 cards I brought. My 15th card, had I put it in, would have been another Analaza for the Hercule matchup, because I didn't know it would be that popular. Towards the last game, I think, out of the top 5 tables, I think there were 8 Hercule decks, which was absolutely insane to me. But other than that, that's the complete deck profile. I felt it performed great. I wouldn't change a whole lot on the main board. Maybe when Orlando comes around, we'll see what I'm playing. Most like 100% androids, just maybe the deck profile changed around a bit. But, yep, that's it.
All right, so that was the deck. And what could you say that you're looking forward to in the next set? So far, we haven't had anything green revealed, so what are you hoping for?
Out of the leaks, you see all this new 17 stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't offer any support for this as of now, besides the extra card that looks at the top 10 for a 17, Super 17, or Hellfighter 17. Nothing else seems support right now for green. I'm excited to see the negate that comes into play, because all of them have been able to take a life and then have some extra effect, which would be great for this deck, because I just said you tapped out so much.
How would you feel about the Krillin over the Jacko?
I would stick with it. I'm thinking about cutting Jacko down maybe to 3 and then throwing in that 3rd Analaza in the main, because Hercule being so popular, it's disgusting to have. I faced 2 Hercule and 2 Hero on the day, so half of my matchups were both of those. So it put in so much work.
All right, Butters. So 14th at Atlantic City. Hopefully going to do better at Orlando, yeah?
First, number
All
one
right.
Android player.
True enough. Any shout-outs you want to give?
My store, Gamerz RS, employee and sponsored player. Fantastic store, love them. They help me out so much. The only reason I'm able to even go to any of these events, I wouldn't be able to afford to travel like this, except for the Orlando one because it's our old stomping grounds. But other than that, go Team Gamerz. We're on the rise. Probably taking first.
All right. See you there.